So, good evening, welcome back. It is time for the meditation. We have just reflected on the virtues of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, bringing as a protection and also as a guide to practice meditation. We have to have some form of a guidance and some form of a refuge in order to develop and also feeling safeguard in the practice of a meditation. And along with that, choosing a right place, a place that we can feel safe, a place that we can feel will not be disturbed for at least 30 minutes. And this 30 minutes of a meditation is about learning ourselves. So choosing a comfortable position and relax, freeing yourself from all the distractions and stopping here and now in this present moment. And I know that this is not an easy time, and I know that many people find very difficult to stay still for half an hour. And even people will look at me maybe just for maybe a few seconds and will move on. So that's why it's not easy to practice alone. You have to have a great determination, great confidence, and only then you will be able to practice it. So this time, I always encourage you to come and spend this 30 minutes. Doesn't matter what happened or what is going to happen. You spare your time. You spare your time to sit still, doing nothing, simply paying attention to yourself. There is a saying that if we do not take care of the nature, nature will take care of ourselves. And this is happening. We've been violating and misusing the nature so much. And now nature is looking after, taking care of itself, and that is affecting us. In the meantime, in a positive way, it is giving us a great opportunity to rest. Simply nothing to do, nothing to worry. Resting both physically and mentally. And the practice of a meditation is one of the great techniques that helps to rest both body and mind. And in the practice, it is not that hard, and it is not easy either. The practice, you have to make your conscious mind that 30 minutes I'm not going to do anything, and you have to dedicate that this 30 minutes I'm not going to move, and with full confidence and faith. Doesn't matter what happens, whether you can meditate or not, whether your mind is calm or not. If your mind is not calm, aware of that. If your mind is calm, aware of that. As I mentioned yesterday, to know the difference between the mind which was agitated or uncalm, and then after you have recognized it, how did you feel? seeing that this difference between one mind and another. So ability to observe these, and that gradually shapes the meditation. First, we have to develop to observe with our intention, paying attention to one object. And that, again, it can be a mental activities or it can be an object. So observe with your intention, paying attention to the object. Maybe the breath, incoming and outgoing breath, or rising and falling of abdomen. Simply paying attention to that. Fully absorb in it. So your mind is fully absorbed into that object. And we began paying attention to this body. So fully absorbed in this body, aware of all these sensations within this, throughout the body. Settling down, grounding yourself on this body. And aware of sensations. Undivided attention is there. So this is the first practice that we have to develop, is to observe. Doesn't matter what we are doing, to observe, and then having an undivided attention to on that object with your full intention. And this is the first practice that we have to develop. Developing the quality of observe, an ability to absorb in, fully into that, which is known as the clear comprehension, ability to comprehend it, going into deeper into that. And once we have developed that quality of mind which fully absorbed into the object, letting the senses to work. So opening all our senses and developing the quality so-called observation. So first we develop observe, second developing observation. Is simply observing anything that takes place. Anything that takes place. When we see things, we see it as it is. When we hear things, we hear it as it is. There is no proliferation, there is no commentaries and opinions. So opening the senses, that I normally call it. Once your mind is fully concentrated, established, and then opening all the senses to observe the nature as they truly are. So that's why, in order to develop that quality of the mind, we have to start off with working with an object. So, for the beginners, if you really want to develop your meditation, you have to choose an object that is suitable for you and working until you become very, very familiar with that. And only then, once you have fully understood, established, when your mind becomes very sharp and slowly releasing and opening, an ability to know as they truly are, the way it is, as appears to be, not as apparent. So The Buddha called seeing, just seeing, knowing, just knowing, hearing, just hearing. So you choose which object you want to work with, either the breath incoming and outgoing or the rising, falling. Whichever you feel comfortable with, using that as a primary object to work with and observe that, fully concentrating on that. Without developing that, you cannot improve and progress in the practice, and you cannot deal with the troubles and problems that we have. So choose one object and work with that. So gently close your eyes, sitting comfortably, relax your body, and choosing one object, whether it is beginning of the breath or the end of the breath in. So beginning of the breath at the nose or the end of the breath at the abdomen, whichever you feel it, use that, such as rising, falling of abdomen. When it is rising, noticing it is rising. When it is falling, noticing it is falling. Or incoming breath and outgoing breath. When it is coming in, aware that you're aware of the breathing in. When it's coming out, aware of breathing out. So observing it, observing as it is, observing anything that's taking place. So this time, we're training our mind to be in one state. So we're controlling, we're taking care, we are controlling this mind. Without intention, we're bringing this mind to pay attention to the object. Breathing in, breathing out. Without developing concentration, without freeing your mind from all the defilements, it would be very difficult to understand things as they truly are. So breathing in, breathing out. Aware of in-breath and out-breath. Do not regulate the breath to know. And every now and then, because of the mind is not trained, it will lost into thoughts. Other distraction arises. Whenever the other distractions arises, that moment, simply observe, acknowledge, note, and let it go and bring back to the present moment awareness of in-breath and out-breath. If you feel comfortable with the rising, falling, then work with that. Rising, falling. So mindfully observing the object that you have chosen to pay attention to. Ability to see the characteristics of it, the object, and how it is functions. So observing all the activities. Whenever distractions arises, simply observe, acknowledge and note and come back. And as you are paying attention to on the object, if you feel that your mind is composed, not restless, ability to be with the object in and out, understanding the function, character of it, simply opening your senses. And developing the quality of observation of whatever is taking place. The nature of change. You observe one thing and within a few seconds, a few moments, next object arises, next thing arises. There's a constantly arising, vanishing, and arising, vanishing taking place. Nothing belongs to us. We are not making it for ourselves. We are not grasping onto it. And we are not developing conceit. Grasping is desire. Rejecting is hate or resentment. But won't help. So continue practicing until you hear the gong. Mindfully aware, in breath and out breath, arising, falling, settling down, grounding yourself, developing your concentration, and opening your senses to see things as they truly are. Aham sukhito homi. May I abide in well-being, in freedom from affliction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abide in well-being, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings be released from all sufferings, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. When they act upon intention, all beings are the owners of their action and inherit its results. Their future is born from such action, companion to such action, and its results will be their home. All actions with intention, be they skillful or harmful, of such acts, they will be the heirs. Let's pay respect to the Buddha. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagavan Buddhaṃ Bhagavantaṃ Abhivādemi. Sawakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami. Subhadivano Bhagavato Savaka Sankho Sanghang Namami. Hi everyone, so Ranjani, so this is the end for tonight. I do not see any questions here, so nothing to answer, and I didn't get any questions on my inbox too. So if you have a questions, you can ask, you can post on Facebook, and I will try to reply and answer, and mostly in a relation to the meditation. So today, that's it for tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow in the evening. Until then, may you be happy, peaceful, and good night.